Hi everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today we finally do our first mission of Spectre Operation Tarkov. If you followed the last couple of videos, we covered all the new rules introduced in Spectre Operation Tarkov, including how I created the team of 4 PMC and gathered all their loot. And now we are ready to get started. I'm going to start on that side of the board through that fence door. My goal for that mission is not crazy, I just need to reach the opposite side of the board. The exit is just on the location of that dice over here. Along the way, I may find a couple of enemies, I might find a lot of enemies, I will need to take care of them, try to find the most loot I can find. And yeah, that's my only objective for that mission, is just to escape the area, escape Tarkov. So let's get started with turn 1. Turn 1, the first thing I need to do is to roll for the Fog of War deck. So I'm going to roll one die, and it's not a 6, so I'm good with that for now. So now let's grab a ruler and I will start to move my team. Right now I'm not too afraid. The first enemy placement token is over here, so I might actually have line of sight on him. Yeah, no, as long as I don't come closer to that car, for now we are good. So I'm just going to move my team to loot that military box. I'm also going to try to loot that civilian vehicle just the following turn. My goal for now, just to show you the path I'm planning to do, I will go through that shed over here, take that fence, that hole in the wall, check that military checkpoint here for some loot, probably check also that building, and based on what's happening over here, we might go through the woods area and then follow along near the cliffs. Or we might also come on that side and go through the shipping yard, the container thing. So yeah, we'll see how it ends. But first, let's move our team on turn 1. So yeah, just going to move them and show you what happened. End of my movement. So here I have Gator with the Mosin, the silence Mosin over here, that is looking at that enemy placement token in case it moves toward them. Here Scarecrow did a tactical move, so that Scarecrow is equipped with some kind of AK. And here we have Archer there that is ready to loot that box. We just have a Scarecrow that did a tactical move, all the others did a standard move. So now let's jump onto the enemy movement phase. For that, I will take a scatter dice and a standard dice, and I'm going to roll to define the movement of that token. So, actually they are getting closer to me. Taking my ruler, so they move 4 inches in that direction. And since they are touching the forklift, they will just basically move 2 inches toward the forklift, and following the forklift they arrive here. And actually here I have a line of sight on it. So let's check the range. Okay, so 9 inches. Let's actually have a look at this table, which is the standard Spectre one for daytime operation. My guys are professional, it's within 12 and 24, so I detect on a 2+. So I will take one die, I will roll that die, it's a 3, so I detect what's on that token. So let's take one card and have a look at what it is. Okay, so it's a level 1 enemy. Taking a die, I will have a look at the table to spawn enemies. And that's that table. I'm going to take one die, it's a level 1 enemy, so it's one of these, and a further 6 face dice will define what it is. It's a 4, so just one single scav. The scav are located in the box over here, and I'm going to roll a die to randomly select one of them, so a 1 it will be one of those two, and a 6 it will be that guy over here. So, I detected him, but it also detected me, so we'll need to fire actually in the combat phase. Before jumping onto the combat phase, I'm going to actually roll to check the movement of all the other placement tokens. So we have one here. So he's moving 5 inches, probably going around the car and moving in that direction. Going to do the same for that token here. Moving 1 inch there. What else do we have here? We don't have any placement token here. The woods are a bit too far from the current action taking place over here, so I think we are good for now. So now that's done, let's jump onto the combat phase. During the combat phase, I have the initiative, so I'm going to fire first, and I have my Mosin here with a silencer. So let's start with the targeting roll. So here, Gator, equipped with his Mosin, will fire at that guy. So 5, it's within the first range interval of the weapon, so it has the compact rule, so I'm adding +1, so that's basically a 6. I'm adding the shooting stat of 5, so here I have an 11. And now I'm going to check that against the defense of the enemy. The defense is 6. Even with a 6, I can't beat that, and it just rolled a 3, +2, that's a 5. He's not in cover at all, as you can see over here. So my targeting roll, I gained that, so my bullet is touching him. Now checking lethality. The Mosin is lethal on a 3+. Checking lethality, it's a 5, so that bullet is lethal, I automatically kill him. I also subtract 1 ammunition from my Mosin. And that's already done for the combat phase, at least for the shooting. Now, during the combat phase, I'm also going to loot that military box here with Archer. So let's have a look at the table, and it's that one, police and military location. So I'm going to take 2 dice, and I'm going to roll those 2. A 5 and a 3, I found something. So a 3 on the black, and a 5 on the white. That means that I found 1 weapon from Prapor plus 2 magazines for that weapon. So that's really cool. So let's have a look at the deck. So Prapor, it's that one. Oh, a shotgun. Okay, so I found a shotgun. I will equip it right away on me. And with it come 2 magazines. So one already in the chamber, already loaded, and one that will come in my inventory. So that's it for this turn, no more shooting. Now I will need to move to that dead body to actually loot it. So let's jump onto turn 2. So, starting turn 2, the first thing is to remove 1 point from the Fog of War deck. And here I'm going to roll 1 die to see if I get 1 Fog of War card. And it's a 1, so we are still good on that turn. So now, I still have the initiative. Let's jump onto the movement phase. Turn 2, end of the movement phase. Nothing crazy, just move my guy. I'm too far to loot anything, but what I can do in my movement phase, in my action turn, in my combat phase, is for Gator, I'm going to reload the Mosin, so I'm going to put that magazine back in my inventory and place a new one on the weapon. So I'm fully loaded in case a new gunfight erupts. So that's, that's it. That's it for me. Now jumping onto turn 3. Turn 3, it starts with Fog of War card, jumping to 5 to 4. We are getting closer to have a card. So let's roll a die, and a 2, we are still good for that turn. So now I'll just keep on moving, probably going to loot the car and the dead body at the same time. And after that, trying to think at what's best. If it's best to just keep on moving this way. Actually, I just remember that we have 2 enemy placement token here. So yeah, let's do the movement phase first. So I just double check the rule, and both the nighttime detection table and the daytime detection table doesn't really work for me. Like here, you detect way too easily, and that one it's way too hard to detect with the night one. So for the next mission, I'm going probably to create my own detection table, just because I'm not a fan of those two tables at the moment. So now, following on that mission, I'm going to use the 9-time detection table, which is not perfect, but yeah, it's going to use that for now. I've checked, and the team on the silo are within 22 inches. 22 inches, so it's the last line. I am professional, so I detect on a 5+. If it was this, it's a 2+. So it's way too easy to detect with that one, I think. And yeah, I just want a bit more challenge maybe on detection. So anyway, I have two guys looking in that direction. That third one is looking on the back to cover the rear. So I'm going to roll 2 times to see if I detect the first one on the right and rolling after for the one on the left. So I need at least 1 5. So I have 1 5. So I've detected the one on the right. Going to roll for the second one, and I have a 6. So I detected also the second one on the left. So now let's check the first one, the one on the right. That one is empty. So here, that token, there is nothing there. And now for the second one, here we have an enemy level 1. So let's grab a dice, going to roll it, and it's a 5. Let's check what it is. A 5, it's 1 scav and 1 scav plus shotgun. So I'm going to select randomly some scav, place them on the board. Okay, so I just spawned that first scav on the top of the silo, and we have one other scav down here. So now I'm going to roll the direction they are facing. They are not facing me, so that's great for now. They are looking at the opposite direction, so turning him the other way. Same for him. So for now we are good. I will do my movement phase. In their movement phase, they might actually switch side and turn towards me, but yeah, we'll see. Jumping on to my movement phase. So I just finished my movement phase. There is I just basically kept the same formation. Archer is going to check the car and Gator the dead body, but let's check first what the enemy is doing. So first off, for the enemy on top, and he's actually not facing me, so that's great. Now for the shotgun guy just below here. And he's actually moving 2 inches in my direction. So going to move him 2 inches toward me. It's still not, just checking line of sight. And actually it's pretty hard to say. Just trying to put my eyes at the height. So actually, I have just line of sight on his head, but really just barely his head. So let's check the range to see if he detects me. So it's within 16 inches. 16 inches, let's take the detection roll to see if he detects me. So 16, it's a militia, he detects on a 6. So a 2, it doesn't detect me. So now let's roll for that movement token over here. So I'm just checking which direction they are going. So they are not moving, but they are facing toward that other dude here. And same thing over here, I'm just going to check for that token. And this one is just going toward the woods. So that's the end of the movement phase. Now let's jump onto the combat phase. Combat phase, I'm not going to fire on the guy above here. I'm just going to loot that dead body and loot that civilian car. So first, let's loot the dead scav. On the dead scav, I found 1 card from Prapor. Oh, cool! A Saiga 12 coming with a really extended mag, so that's great. And with that Saiga 12 come 1d3 magazine, so a 4, so that's 2 magazine. Just going to take the 2 magazine. After that, we have 1 d3 therapist, a 3, so 2 cards from therapist. some bandage and some food. We have 1d2 Skyer, so 1 card from Skyer. Oh, he is equipped with a body armor and vest combo. And finally 1d3 junk. Ooh, cool, 6, so that's 3 junk card. Oh, and I have the key tool, perfect. And actually it's 2 key tools. I have really a small number of key tools, but I already find 2 of them, so that's pretty cool. So now let's, I'll just pause the camera just to give the card to who looted. It was Gator, so I'm just going to attribute the cards, check the inventory, and see you guys just after. Okay, so I checked the inventory, I've placed everything in my backpack and I just have 1 slot left. So basically here I equipped right away the body armor and vest combo. So body armor means I got a bonus when I'm getting shot at, and it's also a vest, so it also have capacity. So here I have a total of 36 inventory slots, and with everything in my inventory plus all the magazine I found, I reached 35. So yeah, my inventory is almost completely full. So now I'm going to check that civilian car with Archer. So same here, rolling 2 dice. Oh, double six. So I found something. Just checking the table. It's a civilian location, so I found 3 junk plus $6. So let's grab 3 junk. So a bottle of vodka, a battery, and some matches. So okay, so more loot. So let's pack everything, placing everything inside Archer inventory, and we are good to move on. Just going to remove the dead body, so we are not bothered by him anymore. So that's the end of the turn. We can move on turn 4. Turn 4, we start with the Fog of War, jumping to 3, rolling a die, and a 1, so still no Fog of War card. I'm lucky for now. So let's move on to the movement phase. So here, with all the enemy around, I have 1 shotgun here, I have 1 placement token here, and we have the guy on top of the silo over here. I'm not going to risk going into that direction, and I'm just going to make a U-turn and come back from where I started, going in this alley over here, and I will reach the small hole in the wall over here. So let's move on there. So, funny thing, while I was filming that new video, I just received my new ruler, so that will be a bit easier to move the guys around instead of the big ruler. So yeah, keep on moving, let's go to the movement phase. End of the movement phase, I just run with my 3 guys, so standard move plus running. That means that I can't do anything else that turn. Anyway, I don't have anyone in line of sight, there is nothing I can loot for this turn. So that's the end of this turn. I'm going to check just in the direction of where the enemy will be moving. So here we have those 2 tokens. They are moving 4 inches together through the wood, like here. And what else? We have that one here. So he's not moving. I will check for the shotgun guy. So yeah, I'm just assuming the dice went this way. So he's moving 6 inches in my direction. Or at least the direction I was in before, so something like that. And the guy on top of the silo, let's check the direction he will be looking at, and it's just facing the same direction. So that's the end of the movement phase. Let's jump onto the next turn. Next turn, removing 1 point from the Fog of War card, so yeah, rolling 1 die and a 2, we finally have our first Fog of War card. So let's check what it is. Oh, and actually it's nothing. Fog of War clear, all clear, Charlie Mike, continue mission. So that's great. There are some surprises like that. So back on 6. New turn. I'm just going to remove the shack just to move my guys a bit easier, and I'm going to move in that direction towards the military checkpoint. End of my movement phase, I just started moving toward the military checkpoint. Actually, right now, I just did a standard move. Since there is nothing else around, really, I'm also going to do a run. So I'm going to move by an extra 4 inches all my guys just on the edge of the hole in the wall here. So yeah, next turn I will be able to go out toward the road. So yeah, that's the end of that turn. Just checking the direction the enemy will take, actually just with the shotgun first. Here, 5 inches in the opposite direction, so he's just doing a patrol, coming back on his feet. And for him, we start to have some stuff here. We have 3 placement token in the woods area, so let's check this one. So he's just moving 1 inch toward there. And for the first one here, so he's moving 6 inches. Let's grab the ruler. 6 inches, that will bring him over here. And for the next one, so 3 inches towards the wall. So that's the end of this turn. No combat in that turn, nothing to loot. Let's jump onto the next turn. Next turn, we start with the Fog of War. So switching, and actually it's the first time it's on 6. So we are good. Rolling a dice, it's a 4. Nothing happened. So, yeah. Movement phase. Here we have, I can't move my full movement because there is that hole. So I can only move the agility stat of my guys, which is 4. So let's take the ruler, 4 inches. That will bring me, yeah, roughly just near the tree. So I'm going to move that guy over here. Maybe just facing that direction because there is that token here. I'm going to move the rest of the team too. So that's done. Now let's do a quick detection test on that token. So let's check the range. So here we are roughly at a bit too small. We are roughly at 22. 22. Let's check the table. 22. We are professional. We detect on a 5+. And it's a 6. We detect that token. So cool. Going to take 1 card. And it's again an enemy level 1. And I just noticed that I'm not using the goods table. So that first gameplay session is not starting right. Well, I'm a bit rusty. I didn't play for a long time, and it's also the first time I'm using this setter full. So I shouldn't be using actually this table, because this table is easy difficulty, and it's only when I have 1 or 2 friendly soldiers. And in my case, I have 3 friendly soldiers. So instead of using that one, I should use that one. And yeah, I'm going to use that one for the rest of the game now. So we have an enemy level 1, rolling a die, and we have a 1, which is just 1 scav. And okay, so yeah, let's just place 1 scav over here. Let's actually select it together. Rolling a die, a 5, it will be one of those 2 guys, and a 1, it's him. So let's place him over here. I will check the direction he's facing with the scatter dice, and he's actually facing my direction. So let's check if he saw me. He's a militia, he will detect on a 6. And it's a 4, it doesn't detect me, so that's good for now. So that's the end of my movement. Now let's check actually the enemy movement, starting with the guy that just spawned over here. So 5 inches in towards the left. So he's just going beneath that truck. Now let's have a look at the guy on the silo. So he's not looking at me. Checking with the guy with the shotgun over here, he's not moving. Now let's check over here. That first one here. 6 inches following the wall, so something like that. Now for that one, so 6 inches, you will just head toward that tent. And for the last one here, 2 inches back toward, let's just say something like that. Also here we have one, going to roll for that one. So 4 inches, but he's not moving, so we are good. So that's done. I'm also going to check with those 2 tokens here, and yeah, I'm going to do that off screen. And yeah, that should be the end of the movement phase. Nothing to loot. We can jump onto the next turn after that. So indeed, those 2 tokens just moved toward me at the bottom of the truck, like here. Jumping on the next turn, we start with the Fog of War card, switching from 6 to 5. Rolling 1 die, it's a 3, so no Fog of War this turn. So now, starting with the movement phase, I'm going to move my guys. So, we have some enemy over here, quite a lot of potential enemy, but here we also have plenty with the guy in the woods. So right now, I don't really know what's best. I want to loot those military vehicles because I have some chance to find some better weapons, so that will be useful. Yeah, let's jump onto the movement phase. End of my movement phase. So here I have Gator placed toward, like facing the enemy here, and those 2 guys are ready to loot a civilian car and that military vehicle. But first, let's roll to define the direction the enemy will be moving. So first for that enemy. So he's just turning facing me, and if since he's now turning to see myself, I will need to do a new detection roll. So taking my ruler, he is 17 inches, so 17 inches, it's still the last one. He detects on a 6, so a 2, it doesn't detect me that turn. So next, I'm going to move those 2 tokens together. Oh, they are actually moving roughly towards me. So 5 inches. They arrive basically on the rear of that sedan. Now I'm going to check the direction the enemy on the silo will look. So he's still looking at the container. Now checking the enemy over here. So this one, not moving. This one, not moving. And the one here, next to the wall, and he's moving 2 inches toward the center of that tire. I'm going to move that after. Checking also that one. And he's moving 3 inches toward the entrance of the container area. So that's the end of the movement. Let's move that one and let's jump onto the loot. So I'm going to start with the civilian car here. So taking my table. This one, taking my 2 dice, a 2 and a 5, and oh, actually it's with Archer. So it's a black 2 and a 5 white. It's a locked location, 3 junk and $6. And actually Archer is equipped with a key tool. He have the key tool that allow him to open that location. So that's cool. I found 3 junk. 1, 2, 3. So what do we have here? We have a Jaeger Muller counter. Anyway, just some card that I can sell to trader. I will need to check if I have enough inventory space though. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 14, 18, 18, So yeah, I have enough, but I'm getting closer to a full inventory with Archer. Now let's check him, Scarecrow with the military vehicle. So same thing here, rolling 2 dice. Ah, damn it, a 3 and a 1. On the military vehicle, 3 and 1, I found strictly nothing. So that's the end of that turn. We can jump onto the next turn. Next turn, again, we start with a Fog of War card, switching from 5 to 4. A 2, we are good that turn. So jumping onto the movement phase, I want to loot that... Maybe I want to loot that food and medical location. I also want to loot that military vehicle, and I also want to enter that building, but there are a lot of enemies, so let's jump onto the movement phase and slowly advance toward the woods area. So I move all my guys, there are 2 of them here, 1 of them just there. Nothing to loot this turn. Let's jump onto the enemy movement phase. I'm going to move all the tokens off screen, and if something crazy happens, I'm going to show it to you. Okay, so here we have 1 token that is getting closer, but there is those 3 that block line of sight, so we are good on that side. But here that token just move from the container area directly in front of me. So I automatically detect it, but they also detect me and they are facing me. So let's check what it is, and let's hope it's an empty card. Oh, it's an enemy level 2 card. So enemy level 2, that's the Raider Scav. So let's check what it is. So, where is that deck? Is toward here. Okay, so enemy level 2 card, it's that table over here. A 5, oh my god. A 5, oh my god. So 3 Raider Scav, 1 Raider Scav with a shotgun. Okay, so not a good news at all. Let's place down all those enemies. Okay, so that's the enemy squad that just spawned in front of me. So here on the right we have 1 shotgun, here we have 1 AK and 1 AKSU on the last one. So that's pretty bad, but and actually I'm missing one. Yeah, let's grab the last one. And yeah, that's the last one, also equipped with an AK, but with 2 accessories on top of the AK. So, bad news. I have 2 guys ready to shoot. This one and this one. And yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to shoot with these 2 guys. I don't have much of a choice. The problem is here I have the Mosin. Mosin is not super great because it has the malfunction rule. And it doesn't fire in automatic or rapid fire. I could switch to the Glock. But yeah, it's way less chance to be lethal. Yeah, no, let's stick with the Mosin with him, and for Archer, I'm going crazy with the rapid fire. So 1 shot or 2 shots and -1 to hit. If I knew, I would have taken in my hand the shotgun with the buckshot, but yeah, anyway. That's the end of the movement phase for the enemy. Now jumping onto the combat phase, I'm going to start firing. So let's first start with Gator. Gator is just there. He will fire with towards the first enemy with the shotgun. He's firing with a Mosin. So let's do the targeting roll, 5. Compact +1, so that's a 6. That's basically a 6, plus a shooting of 5, that's an 11. Now checking defense. Defense, the Raider Scav have a defense of 2, +2, that's a 4, so that means that I touch him. Now checking lethality. It's lethal on a 3+, but the Raider Scav have a body armor, so a 4+. Yes! Okay, so that first enemy is killed. So here I just kill him. Now for the second one, I have Archer here, equipped with the AKMS. So he will do a rapid fire, so 2 shots. Since he has the malfunction rule, if one of them is a 1, there is a chance that the weapon will jam. So let's do the first roll and the second one. Okay, so no jam, we have a 6 and a 4. 6 and a 4, you have a shooting stat of 6, so the enemy can't beat any of these actually. Even the 4, that's a total of 10. The enemy have a defense of 2. Even if he do a 6, that's an 8. So the first bullet touch him, the second bullet kills him. Also, by the way, I'm using the new health system, but only for my soldier. I'm not using that health system for the enemies, because it will be too complex to keep track of everything. So here, Archer fires 2 bullets at that one. The first bullet touch him, the second one kill him automatically. No need for to check the lethality. So, removing ammunition, we have 4 ammunition on that one, 1 on Demosin. So that's the end of my combat phase. Now let's check the enemy combat phase. First thing, I'm going to check which enemy target which of my guy. So this one, on a 1, 2, 3, it will target Archer, on a 4, 5, 6, Gator. So 4, 5, 6, so this one is targeting Gator, and the second enemy, again, 1, 2, 3, that one, oh damn, they are both targeting Gator, which is not great. So now they are equipped with assault rifle that have the rapid fire. So on a 1, 2, 3 they will do a standard fire, and on a 4, 5, 6 a rapid fire. So the first guy is doing a standard fire against Gator. So let's do the shot. So the Raider Scav have a shooting stat of 4. So that's a total of 6. Just checking the model to see to show it to you. He is not equipped with any accessory. He just have a basic AK-SU. So a 6. We have our chance. So that's Gator. He is equipped, and also, oh, that's great. He's equipped with the body armor. So we have some chances. Unfortunately, he's not. Oh, actually. Oh, let's remove the tank just to see better line of sight. Gator is just. There is this concrete pillar over here that block a bit the line of sight, so that will give him a +1 in defense. Actually, it's the opposite. It's -1 on the shooting stat, but it's the same at the end of the day. So rolling defense for Gator, a 3 +3, that's a 5, and plus the 1 on defense, that's a 6. So equality, I need to check the rule, I don't remember. Indeed, I'm a bit rusty, so I needed to check. So if the fire score exceeds the target score, so it needs to exceed, and here it's a tie, so that means that the shot of that first enemy missed me. So now on to the second enemy. The second enemy will, on a 1, 2, 3 standard fire, 4, 5, 6 rapid fire. Oh, actually, yeah, before doing that, I just remember that that enemy is equipped with an AK-SU that have the compact rule. So he have a +1 in shooting. So actually he win. So I need to check now lethality. AK-SU is lethal on a 4+, but I have that body armor, so -1, so a 5+. Oh, damn it! Okay, so Gator is killed. Oh, shit! Okay, so I lost my first guy. Gator is killed. So kill in action. He still have all his loot on him, but yeah, he's killed. So that guy is killed. That means that the second enemy, second raider, won't shoot at him. He will shoot at Archer over here. Archer will get a +1 in defense because he's a bit hidden behind that car. So, new roll for that second enemy. 1, 2, 3 standard fire. That's great. Standard fire, a 6. Oh my god. 6. Shooting stat of 4, that's a 10. He also have 2 accessories, 1 red dot and 1 laser. That's a 12. I can't beat that. That means that Archer is hit by that bullet. And he doesn't have any body armor. Lethality on a 4+. And it's a 5, and Archer is also killed. Oh my god, that game is not starting well, so I just lost 2 men in that firefight. So I lost Archer, and that guy that I can't grab at the moment is killed. Okay, that's very bad. That's very bad. But that's the game. So my 2 guys here are killed. But they still have their loot on them. If I manage to kill the 2 guys, I can try to loot their dead body. But yeah, that's the end of that combat phase. And yeah, let's jump onto the next turn. Okay, so jumping onto the next turn, we start with a Fog of War card. And now that the luck turned on me, I'm probably going to get a pretty bad Fog of War card. So indeed, we have a Fog of War card. What do we have? On the roof, enemy reinforcement enter the area from a random building roof. Okay, so random building roof. We have that roof over here. We have the silo. We have here, there is a ladder on the back, and we have the crane there. So that's the only roof where somebody can climb. So I'm going to roll a die. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and on a 5, 6 I will just re-roll. And it's a 1, so an enemy squad just appear on that roof. Probably they were maybe just inside the building, they just move outside after hearing the gunfight, climbing on the ladder. So, jumping onto just spawning the enemy. I'm still using the table, even though I just lost 2 men, it's still that difficulty level. A 1, okay, so it's great, it's just 1 scav, and I'm going to select it, a 6, and a 4, it's that one. So, a guy equipped with a Uzi. And what will make sense is for him to actually look where the gunfight just happened, and he's actually just looking at the back of my soldier ready to shoot at him in the next combat phase. So that's terrible. That's really terrible. Now let's move on to the movement phase for my guy. So I didn't had a lot of choices, so here I just move just here behind that concrete pillar. I also switched to my secondary weapon, the 1911 Colt. Actually no, I will still keep using the Molotov because it have a higher lethality. So that's the end of my movement. I'm now jumping onto the movement. So those 2 guys, they are alerted, they know my location. So here I'm using the Zablan Doctrine by Ivan Nylander to define where they are going to move. So first off, I'm not right now using the suppression, so I'm skipping the rules at the top, and I'm just using that bottom part. So a 2 and a 4. Hold and shoot. Okay, hold and shoot. They are not moving, they are just ready to fire against my guy. Jumping now on the enemy movement phase, I'm going to move 6 inches all the enemy placement token in my direction, starting with that first one over here. It will just move behind that UAZ, and basically, just all the placement token will move 6 inches towards me, and that's very bad because there are a lot of them. Where is that one? Here we have one coming from here, and I'm pretty much screwed. Like really, look at how many placement tokens move in my direction. We also have the guys on the top of the silo that will just move to face me like that. But right now I'm hidden behind that ambulance, so that's good. Okay, so end of the movement phase. I'm going to jump right away on the combat phase. On the combat phase, it's so bad. Okay, I'm going to fire. I don't even have rapid fire on that weapon. I know it looks like a cool AK, but it's like the hunting, like no, the civilian version of the AK-47 that doesn't have like the ability to do a rapid fire. So that's what we have, +1, but only in the second range interval, that's a 4K scope, and it's clearly within the first range interval that we have those two enemies, and really there is nothing else to do. I'm just going to fire at the first guy. Ah, by the way, I'm firing at the guy which has the two cool accessory, the red dot and the laser sight. So, a 5 plus my shooting stat of 4, that's 9. No bonuses, no maluses, yeah, that's it. Checking defense on the Raider Scav. A 2 plus 4, that's 6. So I touch him. Checking lethality. My rifle is lethal on 4 plus, but is equipped with a body armor, so 5 plus. And it's not lethal, so that means he's injured. Let's check the casualty table using the standard casualty table from Spectre for the enemies, and it's a 3. It's a serious wound. The model is injured and begins to bleed out and will die in 5 turns. Okay, so that's not too bad, and may continue to fire a sidearm if they have one, and they don't. They don't have sidearm. And okay, so he's out of combat. So okay, I didn't kill him, but it's cool, he can't fire at me anymore. So that guy is down. That's it for me. That here we jump from 5 to 4. And now we have a look at the enemy combat phase. So the last enemy that is over here is equipped with an AKSU. 1, 2, 3 it will do a standard fire, and on a 4, 5, 6 a rapid fire. Okay, so 2 shots. A 1 and a 2. Oh, I'm lucky. I might be lucky. So, he have a shooting stat of 4. So here we have... yeah, the AKSU he have the compact rule. So something similar to, let's say, the Mosin. You have the compact rule that should give +1, but since he's doing a rapid fire, that's also a -1. So I was just calculating if there are some plus or minuses. So we have a 4 plus 2, that's a 6, and here we have a 5. Rolling defense. I'm behind that concrete pillar, so I will gain a +1 in defense. Ooh, 6 plus my defense of 3, 6, 7, 8. So that one missed me. Checking defense on the second one. Ooh, that's not good. So here I have a 5. Here I have a 5. Defense of 3 plus 1, that's a 4, plus 1 because of the concrete pillar. That's a 5. So that also missed me. So, okay, not bad news. I survive one more turn. Yeah, I survived this turn, so that's great. Let's jump onto the next turn. Next turn, we again start with a Fog of War card. So first thing is to roll a die, a 3, no Fog of War card this turn. So now jumping onto the movement phase. That's super hard. I don't really know what to do. I will stay here actually, and I will jump onto Overwatch. That means that if that guy actually is moving, yeah, that's the best. I will stay here and I will stay in Overwatch. So now checking the enemy, I'm going to roll to define the Aga with the AKSU what he's doing. And not with those 2 dice, sorry about that. He's using the Zablan Doctrine over here. So a 1 and a 6. A 1 and a 6. Careful, move and shoot. Okay, so that's great because move and shoot, he will start to move, and that will unleash my Overwatch. So we'll fire at him. Firing. A 2. Shooting of 4. 5, 6. I think I got a -1 when I'm doing an Overwatch. Let me check that. Indeed, there is a -1 since I'm firing with while the enemy is moving. So 4 plus basically a 1, that's a 5. No accessory, nothing else. Checking defense on the enemy. 3 plus a defense of 2, that's a 5. And yeah, that's a 5. I missed the shot. Oh my god. Okay. So, that enemy is doing move and shoot. Careful. So, maximize use of cover. And here, I'm not sure what should be the best. It might be just coming on just behind the ambulance. So that's done for this enemy. Now I'm going to move all the other enemies. We have a first one here that arrive just behind me. I will unveil it. And if it's an enemy group, I'm screwed. And it's an enemy level 3 card. Okay. Okay, we are really in Tarkov. Because enemy level 3 is just PMC. So private military contractors. And that's a 3. So we have 2 PMC that just arrive behind me in my back, and yeah, that's pretty much the end of me, but yeah, let's place them first. Okay, so we have those 2 PMC that were attracted by the gunshot and they just arrive on my back, and yeah, I think, yeah, we'll see which enemy kills me first, but that's pretty much end of the day for me. Here we have those tokens that will keep moving towards the gunfight. That one too, this one too, and we have so many tokens that is moving in the area. Okay, so that's it for now. Now let's check who will fire me at first. So we have the PMC that will fire at me first. On the 1, 2, 3 it will be the PMC, and on a 4, 5, 6 the guy behind the ambulance. So it's the guy behind the ambulance. On a 1, 2, 3 standard fire, and on a 4, 5, 6 a rapid fire. So he's doing a rapid fire, and yeah, just to see really who kills me first, because I'm screwed anyway. So a 6 plus 2 plus blah. So here we have a 10. He automatically touch me with this one, and that one I'm not sure. So I will need to roll defense. Oh, 6, 6, 7, 8, 9. So that's one miss. That one touch me. Checking lethality, it's lethal on a 4 plus, -1 because no -1. Lethal on a 4 plus. So it's a 1. That means I receive an injury. And I can finally test my medical table, which is over here. I need to roll a d20. And okay, I receive a 20, which is a head wound, heavy wound, bleeding out. The model is instantly unconscious. Okay, so that's it for me. That's it for this game. I just received a terrible wound in the head, so my guy is down. And yeah, that's the end of this mission. That didn't went how I planned it. So here probably that the 2 PMC here are going to fight against the remaining scav in the area. And yeah, that's the end of that mission. So yeah, that's really a shame. My team didn't last long against all the scav present on the board. But yeah, it's the game. That's the game. And Escape from Tarkov, the video game on which that supplement is based on, is really extreme. It's really hardcore. So it's exactly like that. You often are in a situation like that where you are just killed right away and there is nothing else you can do. So that's the end of that video. Thank you everyone for joining me for this first test of Spectre Operation Tarkov. I'm sure I'm going to do plenty more of those videos. See you guys for the next one. Bye everyone!